Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to start a book blog. So this is what we are going to discuss today. What a book blog is with examples, how to pick a niche and why you need to pick a niche in the very beginning, how to niche down and why that's important. Also, how to get web hosting, what web hosting is, and how to get a free domain name for the first year. After that, we are going to install WordPress. We are going to install both a free and premium WordPress theme, important changes that you need to make to your website, how to start writing, and we're also going to talk about some ways that you can make money, why you need to share your content on social media in the very beginning, and about how many blog posts you should write before you determine if your website is a success or failure. Be sure to check out the first 3 links in the description, as I will be referring to those links throughout this video. So first things first, what is a book blog? A book blog is simply a blog or a website where you are answering questions about various books. Now, one thing that you are going to need to decide is what your niche is, what your focus is. As you know, there are tons of different types of books. There are children's books, there's young adult, there's horror and romance and drama. There's all sorts of books out there. And what you will need to do in the very beginning is you are going to need to pick a niche within your books. And one example I just want to show you here is if we look at this website, AmazonBookReview.com, this is a niche in and of itself. They are basically talking about different Amazon books or books that appear on Amazon, and they're creating content about it. This is a niche that you could get into, and I'll talk about how you can do that in just a moment. But if we look at the keyword for book, I just typed in book, very general, that it has a keyword difficulty of 95 out of 100. So it would be very difficult for you as a new blog or website to create content on just the term book and start getting traction. What I did too is I also niched down a little bit and talked about children's books. That's going to be competitive as well. As you can see, not as difficult, but it's still going to be hard. So what I recommend that you do is if you want to get into children's books, you probably would want to focus on, maybe kindergarten or learn to read. As you can see here, if we look, it says Harry Potter. That might be something that you would potentially want to focus on as well. But whatever you choose, you want to pick a niche and then niche down. One way to niche down, as I mentioned, is this person is doing book reviews on Amazon books. So books that appear on Amazon, they're going ahead and doing reviews and talking about them, and that's going to help you. Now, this website's a fairly large website. I recommend that you don't model what they've done because they're established and they can write about just about anything, and they're going to get people, they're going to get traction, and they're going to show up in the search results. What you want to do is you want to pick a niche, pick a topic, and start writing. If we jump over to Amazon here real quick, we'll go to Amazon.com, and we are going to look at books. Click on books. One thing that you could do is you could go out and find books. Let's see, you could do a website on celebrity picks. So you could do like celebritypicksabook.com or something like that and create content there. But if we go to children's books, and what we can do, as you can see, they have different age ranges. As I mentioned, we could go ages 3 to 5, for example, and we could talk about this book. I'm just going to click on the Rescue Rabbits. I'm going to copy this just like this, and I'm going to jump over to our keyword research tool, and I'm going to paste that in. Now, as you can see, there is very little competition, which is a good opportunity to potentially start gaining some traffic. If we go back over here, you can do that with just about all of these different books. You find a book that you want to talk about, and you can talk about it and start gaining traffic, leads, and sales. If we do brown bear, what do you see? We can see that people are asking questions about these books. Now, you want to make sure that you are doing your research with finding keywords that people are actually looking up so that you can get leads and sales. Brown bear, what do you see? As you can see, that green means there's a good opportunity. So if we jump back over to our slide deck here, we picked a niche and we've niched down. The next thing that you want to do is you want to go out and get web hosting. Now, web hosting simply means that you are going to rent hard drive space called a server from a web hosting company. That first link in the description is the best web hosting company for beginners. What you are going to do is you are going to rent a hard drive space called a server, and you are going to place your website files there so that they can be hosted and people from around the internet and around the world can view them. And in fact, when you click that first link, you'll actually get a domain name for free. For example, this website here is called AmazonBookReview.com. This is their domain name, and you're going to get one for free when you click that first link. In fact, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to set up both your web hosting and get your domain name for the first year for free right now. It only takes about 6 to 10 minutes, but we'll get you up and running right this second. When you click that link, you'll be taken to this website where you'll go ahead and click Get Started. What I recommend is to click the first one on the far left, the basic plan, if you're just getting started with a website. As you can see, there are a number of options, but click that, click Select, and then move on. Here you're going to create a domain name. If you have one in mind, you can type it in here like you see that I do. What I recommend is try and find a domain name that's going to be related to your niche. Now, what I do is I type in a domain name that I know is already taken. When it's taken, you're going to get this error. What you can then do is go back and try different domains. Now, make sure, again, you want to pick one that's related to your niche. Click Next, and then you're going to see a green box that says that it's approved. The next step is simply to go through and enter in your contact information. Make sure that when you scroll down here, make sure that you leave all of the settings on. But again, enter in your contact information. The settings right here where it says domain privacy, leave all of this checked. If you don't leave it checked, you're going to get people reaching out to you, spamming you, emailing you, trying to get you to sign up for web hosting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sign up and then jump back to you once I sign on and move to the next step. All right, so I've signed up and I'm going to go ahead and set up my website initially. Just create a simple username and password, make sure it meets the requirements there, and then move on. Make sure that you write it down too. Write it down in a safe spot so that you have it and you remember it, because it can be a pain to go ahead and get everything back. You're gonna have to enter in like some vital information, but just make sure that you write it down. It's really easy and really simple. Now, one thing that I do want to note is that this part is not sped up at all. This is actual real time, and you can see that you'll go from absolutely nothing to a complete website in less than probably 10 minutes. And once you click submit, you're going to move on to the next step where you get to log in. Here is where you're actually going to start creating your WordPress website. Now, the great thing is Bluehost really does everything for you, and it's really simple. So again, I'm not speeding this up at all, and I want you to see what it really takes to create a website. Bluehost is going to do a little bit of work in the background for you, and we're just going to actually click on skip this step. This first one I clicked on start a blog, but for the next step, just click skip, because we know what we're doing, and I'm actually going to tell you what to do so that we can get up and running. Click get started right here on the left hand side, and then move on. Just click skip here and click skip here, and then just pick the first one on the far left. Make sure that you're picking a free theme, because they'll charge you. They have both free and premium themes, which I'll talk about in just a moment. So right now it's actually creating your WordPress website. In just a few moments, you're going to click on log in to WordPress on the right hand side there. You'll see it in just a second. And then we can actually start looking at some basic configurations. All right, so we click log in, and now we actually have a WordPress website. What may need to happen is you may need to click refresh a few times to get it to work, but now we have our website, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log in and delete a few plugins, because right now it has the coming soon. And so if someone tried to get to your website at this moment, it's going to say coming soon to them, even though we can see it. This is what your WordPress website looks like, but for everyone else outside of your network, it's going to say coming soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to plugins eventually, and we're going to delete some of the plugins that we don't need. Now, I talk a little bit about plugins later on, but plugins add additional features and functionality. We are going to deactivate the Bluehost as well as the other plugins that are already activated, and then we can go through and make the necessary changes, which I'll cover in just a moment. So we're going to deactivate them and then delete them. Now you want to make sure that you only have the plugins that you're using on your website. The more plugins you have, the slower your website's going to respond and function, and you're going to lose out on ranking. So make sure you have a lean setup, very few plugins, and then move on. As you can see right now, I'm just simply deleting some stuff that you don't need. If you want to, you could keep them, but obviously if you're just getting started, you don't need this other stuff. What's more important is the themes that we're going to talk about in just a moment, as well as getting writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete those, deactivate them, and then we're actually going to start moving on to settings, which you see right here. All right, so let's go ahead and make some changes that we absolutely have to make so that you can start getting traffic. The first thing that you want to do is you want to change your site title. Your site title is going to be the title of your website. You can make this basically your domain name. For example, my domain name is Web Hosting Rewind, and you can see that's my site title. And then the tagline is basically what your website's all about in a very succinct manner. As you can see here, mine says, get the latest news and info on all things web hosting. What you want to do is make sure that yours is relevant to your niche. For example, if you are creating content about makeup, you can say, come here for the latest tips and tricks for all things makeup. Next, you want to make sure that your WordPress address is HTTPS and not HTTP. Make sure your site address is HTTPS as well. And then the administration email should automatically be set. Uncheck the membership so that anyone can register. Make sure that this is unchecked. If we scroll down here, you want to change your time zone to your time zone. There are all sorts of them here. Next, you want to make sure that you have your date format set to the way you want, and then go ahead and click save. If we go down to writing, there isn't anything in writing that we need to change. After that, we're going to go to reading. In reading, very important, you want to make sure that your homepage displays to your latest post. That's the first thing. And the second one is you want to make sure that your search engine visibility is unchecked. Do not check this. Discourage search engines from indexing this site. You do not want this, because if this is checked, people aren't going to be able to find your website, and everything that we do after this is going to be a waste. So go ahead and click save. This should be unchecked. Next, if we go down to discussion, there really isn't anything that we need to change here. Media, we can leave this as is, and then permalinks is going to be really important. Right now, your permalinks are set to plain. You want to change it to post name. This is done for search engine optimization. What's going to happen is when we create a new blog post, we are going to make it so that it's search engine optimized. We're going to use the keyword in our title, and that keyword is going to show up right here as well. And this is called search engine optimization. Make sure that it's set to post name, and then go ahead and click save. And really, that's everything that you need to do to make sure that you start getting traffic. All right, so now that we've installed WordPress, we've installed a free WordPress theme. We're actually going to show you how to install a premium WordPress theme in just a second. We've made some very important changes to your website so that people can actually see it. And what we have right now on our website, as I mentioned, is a free WordPress theme. It has no features, it has no functionality, it looks plain, boring. It is the standard template. What you want to do is you want to go out and get a premium WordPress theme because it comes with additional features and functionality. For example, this website here is a premium WordPress theme. As you can see, it is inviting. It gets people to click. It has a number of features, like these lines here are all premium upgraded features that you can get with a premium WordPress theme. Now, if you click the second link in the description, it's going to take you to this website where you can get a premium WordPress theme. What you can do is you can type in your niche. Why don't we type in children's book? See, children's book. And we can see, now I haven't done this ahead of time, but you can see there are WordPress themes for children's books. Now this is for a camp, but you can adapt it as needed. One thing you could do too is you could just type in book. You could do book review. You can do a bookstore. As you can see, there are different WordPress themes that come with additional features and functionality. For example, this one, it says book your travel, but you could actually collect payments and sell stuff right through your WordPress website. So you want to go through, find one that you like, and you're going to simply add it to your cart. When you add it to your cart, you are going to purchase and check out. When you check out and purchase, you are going to simply download a zip file to your computer. You are going to unpack that first zip file, and there's going to be a second zip file. You're going to take that second zip file, and you're going to go back to your WordPress website, and you are going to go to Appearance, and you're going to click on Themes. When you click on Themes, you're going to click on Add New, and then you are going to click on Upload Theme. When you click on Upload Theme, you are simply going to drag and drop that second zip file right here, or you can click on Choose File and then add it manually. Regardless of the process, you are going to click Install Now and Activate. At that moment, you are going to have a different looking website that you can be proud of and you will be happy to share. So now that we can jump back over to our slide deck, the next step is to figure out different ways to make money. There are at least 5 different ways that you can make money from your website, and we're going to talk about them right now. If we jump over here, this website doesn't appear to be doing it, but one of the best ways to make money with your website is simply to have ads placed right on your website. And you can work with a company called Google AdSense. And what they'll do is once you get set up with Google AdSense, they will automatically place ads right on your website. As you can see here, this is the website. You're going to click on Get Started, and they'll connect everything up for you so that your ads will be placed automatically. Now, the only drawback to Google AdSense is that you are going to get paid pennies on the dollar in the very beginning. what will happen is once you start getting significant traffic over time, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 page views per month, you can work with other ad networks to make even more money. So you can work with Ezoic, Mediavine.net, AdThrive. There's a ton of them out there that you could work with to start making money. Another way that you can make money is simply with affiliate marketing. And with affiliate marketing, you are going to recommend a product or service. And when a customer, a visitor to your website, clicks on your affiliate link and makes a purchase, you get paid a commission. For example, this website here probably has an affiliate marketing agreement with Amazon.com. In fact, I'd actually be concerned about this domain name. So if there's a book on here, for example, let's look at this Abby Wabach's Favorite Reads. If they click on this book, it probably takes them over to Amazon. And if I were to buy that book, this website would earn a commission. You would do basically the same thing, but you don't just have to work with Amazon. In addition, you can promote products that are congruent or relevant to your target audience. If, for example, there was a bookmark that you want to recommend, you could do that as well. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about affiliate marketing, I do have a free course. It's the third link in the description. Definitely check that out if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing. Now, before I continue on, I actually skipped a step here. We want to go back and start writing. And to start writing, I'm actually going to show you how to do that step by step. What we're going to do is we're going to go back over to our WordPress website. We're going to go to Post, and we are going to click on Add New. When we click on Add New, we're going to create a post right here. And to do that, we are going to use keywords that we found in our keyword research tool. For example, let's say we wanted to create a blog post about PowerBook 2. We're going to copy this, and we are going to paste it over in our blank slate here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to obviously capitalize these, PowerBook 2, and then you want to make it a little bit clickbaity so that your customer, your target audience clicks on the link. Again, what we're doing is we're formatting our blog post this way so that it can be discovered organically in the search engines. This is called search engine optimization. So we're going to say PowerBook 2, everything you need to know. And this will be designed to get your customers to click on your link and read the blog post. And so I get two questions all the time when it comes to writing. How long should my blog post be? And how do I start writing? To answer the first question, your blog post should only be as long as it needs to be. And to figure out how long your blog post needs to be is you can copy the keyword here and you can go over to Google, paste this in, and see what your competitors are doing. If your competitors are writing a 1,000 word blog post on PowerBook 2, then you need to make sure that you are writing at least a 1,000 or 1,500 word blog post so that you are answering the question and solving the problem. I'm going to show you in just a moment how to write a longer blog post, but that's the easiest way to tell how long your blog post should be. Now, you want to make sure that your blog post is only as long as it needs to be. If you can answer the question in 1,000 words, don't make it a 5,000 word blog post. There's no extra credit for that. Now, if we jump back over to our blog post, what I like to do before I write a complete sentence is I like to do a little bit of brainstorming. So I'll go who, what, when, where, why, and how. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll actually spend a couple minutes asking and answering questions with these 6 prompts in mind. So for example, who is in the PowerBook 2? Now I know PowerBook 2 is actually a TV show or a movie, but this is still applicable for our example. Maybe we'll say, when is the PowerBook 2 released? And again, this is all designed to help us ask and answer questions that will be on the minds or in the minds of our customers. So take 10 or 15 minutes, go through, ask and answer these questions. You'll probably have a bunch. Keep the ones that are good, delete the ones that are bad, and then move on to the next step. The next step is simply to just go through and answer these questions. When is the PowerBook 2 released? After multiple delays, and I don't know if any of this is true, after multiple delays, the PowerBook 2 is set to be released on February 8th, we'll say. But as you can see, this is going to help you write faster because this is providing a little bit of organization and you're going to be able to get up and running. Once you go through and you complete your blog post and you've answered the question and you helped solve the customer's problem, you are going to click on Publish. Once you click on Publish, it will be alive for the world to see and hear. After that, let's jump back over and talk about some ways that you can make money. Now, I already talked about affiliate marketing and adding ads on your website. Another way that you can make money is simply by selling your own digital or physical products. What you can do is you can sell your own books. If you have a book or an ebook, you can sell a course on how to write if that's something that you're interested in. There's a number of ways to sell your own products. Now, that is outside the scope of this video, but that's an opportunity as well. As I mentioned, there are at least 5 different ways that you can make money with your website, and I listed maybe about 3 of them just now. If we move on, go back over to our slide deck here, and we go back here, the next step is simply to just share your content on social media. Now, it's very important that you share your content on social media in the very beginning. The reason being is you don't have any domain authority. It may be difficult for you to rank for keywords. And what you want to do is you want to help Google show that your content is valuable. And one way to do that is to provide your links to your blog posts in various places. Now, you can promote them anywhere your congregation or your audience is already hanging out. If there's a book club that you're a part of, if there's a Facebook group, maybe a Reddit subreddit, you can share your content in these places and potentially start getting traffic. That's going to let Google know that you do have valuable content, and they're going to actually work a little bit harder to get your content out there. So in the very beginning, share all of your content to let Google and other people know that the content's there and it is valuable. And then the final question that I get all the time is about how many blog posts should I write? Now, this is a personal preference. I think you should write at least 50 blog posts before deciding if your website is a success or a failure. Now, the reason why I say 50 and not 20 or 8, most people will give up after 10 or 20, but if you can write 50 blog posts in a niche, for example, if you write 50 blog posts about children's books, that is going to help you be seen as a subject matter expert. Also, you're going to get better at writing by the time you get to that 50th blog post. You are going to know exactly what your customers want. You're going to know how to solve their problems, and so it's going to be much better. Also, you're letting Google know that you're serious about writing. You're not just some flash in the pan. You are here for the mainstay. So if you write every day for 50 days or write every other day for 100 days, you can see there will be some opportunity. Some things will start clicking and start working. Now, be sure to check out the 3 links in the description because they are designed to help you get up and running fast. The first one is to get web hosting and a domain name for free. The second one is to get a premium WordPress theme. And then the third one is to start affiliate marketing for free with a free course. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell if this video or any other video on this channel helps you out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.